Hello. Hey guys, are
Hello.
you getting my voice?
Yeah, good evening again.
Okay. So still only 7 people have joined the meeting. So shall we wait for more people to join?
Yeah,
Okay then. Let's wait for 5 minutes and then we will start with the introduction. Are you guys able to view the screen? Hello.
hello.
Yeah, okay. So who is this guy whose name is written in a cryptic format 1LW3? So can you please rename yourself?
Changed. Okay. Actually, I'm attending from mobile. That's why it is showing like that. I change it
Okay.
now.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
visible. So today's meeting is only half an hour long due to some circumstances. So we will keep it short and let's begin. Let's begin with introduction of everyone. So let's start with myself. So I have been 2 years into website development and app development, and I have been working in a MNC. Not audible. Okay. Is there anyone who is facing issues with the voice clarity? Hello. Anyone else who is facing issues with the voice clarity?
My side, no, Akhil.
Okay. Okay then. So Tyagras, can you please increase the volume of your device? So can you begin with the introduction, please? So Aswin, can you please introduce yourself? You can write in the chat box as well. Hello. Okay, so Tyagras is a web developer professional. Great. So how many years of experience you have, Tyagras? So actually, I have the data collected through the form, who is working and who is a student. So, but we didn't collect the data about the years of experience. So we will need to ask them one by one. Okay, guys. Some people are facing issues with the meeting link, so let them share the meeting link. Who is waiting to be okay, admitted? Okay. Okay, so if, you are a student, but you have been coding for 6 years. So that means you have been coding from school, right? That's nice. Aswin is also experienced and he has joined in 2019. Anyone who is having experience of more than 1 years?
Yeah, Akhil, I am Ramara.
Okay.
I have 2.5 years experience in Marketo and UI development.
All right, great. That's great. So can you
Yeah,
please
I'm
share your,
not using any
can
frameworks,
you,
only for UI, only under D3JS, sometimes using Mustache.js. I'm
um,
using.
all right. So you have experience with React or not?
Yeah, React also, I don't know idea React also, but I am learning in React. I am interesting for.
Okay. And so then you can share your industry experience regarding JavaScript, like how much uses of JavaScript are you facing daily, and what are the recent developments in your career related to JavaScript?
Yeah,
Please share your experience, sir.
actually, I am using for 1.5 year. I am working on JavaScript, pure JavaScript, and
Okay.
recently I am changed the project on Python, Django. I am using for Django project also.
Okay. So in
Yeah.
JavaScript, are you coding for client side or server side or both?
Only for front side, server side also I am using for this one.
All right.
Yeah.
So how do you see the scope of JavaScript in the next few years to come?
Yeah. Next 2 years also, I
Next few
think.
years.
Yeah. Very good technology, I think.
All right.
Yeah. React also React market also very good now. Present I think. Angular also.
Yeah, nowadays I think React and Angular have
Angular
been very popular, and Vue.js is recently gaining momentum. So I think it
but
will also be popular
Vue.js
in next few
also
years.
very looking good, nice coding, but there is a no community. That's one also one bad. That's one Vue.js.
Okay.
Yeah, Angular also very good community, but every time upgrading every 6 months ki new features adding. That's one.
Yeah. So
Yeah, React also.
new features are being added every year almost.
Yeah,
So
but React also stable version and everything also. Any
hmm,
feature will be using automatically, no problem outside. But Angular also not looking good. And each and every time changing the technology and bots also changing. That's one also project also sometimes depends on new features adding. Sometimes features are yeah.
okay. So
Hello, hello,
yeah, who is this?
Tiagraj. Hello.
Tyagraz. Yeah, yeah. Please
Yes,
speak.
I would like to say something about mean stack, like why I should learn this language.
Mean stack. So
Yes,
you want to talk
of,
regarding Angular?
yes, because of one single step through we can develop web application. Only we
Yeah.
need just learn to script.
Mm-hmm. So we need
Both of
to have command on one particular stack, and then afterwards we can go for other stacks if we feel comfortable.
yes,
All right then. So Soeb
hmm,
is a student, but he is saying that he has six years of experience, and he also knows JavaScript from the very beginning itself. So Soeb is familiar with almost majority of the web development languages, even Python, React. Okay. So Soeb, can you please introduce yourself over here?
Pardon, please.
Hello,
Pardon, please.
Soeb.
Hello.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
please,
Please speak. You are audible.
Hello.
Yes, Soeb. Okay. The message you have
Yes.
you guys are sending me privately. You can send it to everyone. So that way everyone
Okay.
will be able to do the introduction.
Okay. So as you asked me that, so I know JavaScript very well because the first programming language I ever learned was JavaScript. I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing this since when I was in 8th standard, and
Mm-hmm.
then HTML and CSS I learned. Then after I found that the Python is another programming language, then I learned it. And now, as you know, that I'm an undergraduate student, so then I know C, C++, Java, SQL, etc.
Okay, that's good. So you are pursuing engineering or some other course?
I'm in a BSc IT.
Pardon?
BSc IT.
Okay, you are pursuing BCA in IT department. That's great. So where are you from? You are from India, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So any other guy here? The two guys are waiting to be admitted. Any other guy who is experienced? So till now, we have known Tyagras, Soeb, and Ramarao sir, and Aswin is also a front-end developer in a startup.
Hello Ashwin. Yeah, my voice is audible.
Yeah, your voice is audible, Satish.
Yeah, myself. My name is Satish.
Okay,
I'm from Hyderabad.
all right.
I have 3 years of experience as a web and graphic designer, not Moonstack. I
Okay,
work for
so in web designing, what languages have you used so far?
yeah HTML, CSS, uh, and graphics. In graphics, I used Photoshop, Adobe InDesign, Adobe Illustrator, and third party plugin XMPy, which is related to my product. I mean my company product.
Mm-hmm.
In that I used to do JavaScript functions. Apart from that, I learned JavaScript in outside. I know some part of JavaScript very well, not completely, but I can do.
Okay,
Uh,
so that's
that's
great.
what. That's yeah. Uh, that's it, Akhil.
Thank you. So,
Yeah, sure. Thank.
including counting both web designing and graphic designing, how much experience you have?
3 years of experience.
3 years. That's
This,
great.
this by this December, I have 3 years completed.
Okay, so
So
we have many
now
experienced persons there. Yeah, so shall we begin the presentation because today's class is half an hour long only. So, are you guys able to view the slides clearly?
yeah, it
Hello.
is.
Yeah, is the introduction JavaScript introduction page visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as we know that JavaScript was initially designed for Netscape browser, and it is mainly used for enhancing the animation and the interactivity part. So basically, JavaScript was designed in a way to incorporate arithmetic calculations, object-oriented programming, and Java-based syntax. So since it incorporates object-oriented programming, so it supports different features like classes, inheritance, and all. So JavaScript is also known as ECMAScript in today's date. Actually, it has gone through a lot of name changes. Like initially it was called Mocha, then we called it JavaScript, and now it's known as ECMAScript also. So the present version is ECMAScript 6, which was launched in 2015. So it is the only stable version. So we have more ECMAScript versions like ES7 and ES8 also as of now, but they are not so much stable. So JavaScript has an advantage that it is supported in all major browsers like Internet Explorer, Safari, Chrome, Chromium, and Opera. So uh, I think majority of you guys here know HTML and CSS already. So JavaScript is also known to almost everyone, I think. Shall I skip this slide?
Yes.
Okay. So is anyone here who doesn't know what is the usage of JavaScript? Like everyone knows that it is used for increasing interactivity, form validations, cookies, using and managing web APIs, displaying message boxes, alert boxes. Yeah, see guys, sometimes when you fill a form on a website, then it says that this field cannot be more longer than so much characters, and it can only contain numbers or it can only contain alphabets. And there are also email validations, which includes the use of regular expressions. So these are all coded using JavaScript. And alert boxes you see on the website, like sometimes we get the alerts like page is not responsive. So these are all JavaScript based alerts. And advertisements that you see on the websites, they are also JavaScript based. So if you disable the JavaScript in your browser, then you will no longer uh, see those animated advertisements or or you will also not be able to copy or paste the elements from website sometimes if you disable the JavaScript. So uh, while visiting a particular website, when you return to the website few after few hours or after few days, then you after you relog in, then you will notice that your session data has been saved. So this is possible through cookies. So JavaScript is also used to deal with cookies, like creating, editing, or updating the cookies. So these are the major uses of JavaScript, which has made it so popular.
Okay.
Yeah. So JavaScript can be included inside the HTML code uh, at two different places. Either you can place it in the head section, or you can place it in the body section. Some people prefer to place it anywhere inside the body, or some people place it near the footer part of the website template. So JavaScript is embedded in our code using the script tag, and just using the script tag is enough. But if you want to describe it, then you can use language is equal to JavaScript and type is equal to text by JavaScript as shown. So it supports data types like number, string, boolean, undefined, and arrays also. So variable can be declared using the keyword var. It was before the ES6 introduction. So the variables declared using. So Digvijay is saying that no audio is there. Anyone facing issues with audio?
We can hear.
No.
Okay.
No, okay. No, okay.
Okay. So yeah. So after ES6 came, then it introduced two new variable types, like the let and the const variables declared using the let and const keyword. So as I was talking, var keyword has a function level scope, but the let and const have block level scope. Like what are blocks? First of all, we need to understand this. So blocks are, you can think of them as the lines of code which are included inside a curly brace. Let me open a particular website for you.
Yeah, Akhil, I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. The best way to inject JavaScript code is by itself or any other I mean by injecting
Uh,
other
you mean
JS file.
you mean by writing the code in HTML file itself or writing in an external file, right?
Yeah. That's what.
Okay. So it totally depends on the requirement. Like I will say that most of the developers write few of the JavaScript code in into the HTML itself, and majority of the code is always written in an external file.
Okay.
Okay,
Actually,
so
the best way is we can reduce the burden for that file. I think that's fine. Or
yeah, so one of the way is including the important and the functionalities which you want to load faster into the HTML file itself, and rest of the functionalities should be there in an external file.
okay. Thank you.
So ES6 introduced many new concepts like the arrow functions and multi-line strings. Promises were improved, and classes were also improved, and let and const were introduced. So let's look at the important features of introduced by ECMAScript 6. So one was the multi-line strings feature. So before ECMAScript 6 came, we used to write string only in one particular line, but after the introduction of ES6, we no longer have the barriers of writing different lines using a plus symbol and treating every sentence as a different string. As you can see, this is the code before it, ECMAScript 6. Here we have every line written using a plus symbol, and every line is treated as a separate string. But in ECMAScript 6, we don't have to do that. There is a single string running from the top to bottom without any plus sign or any single quotes in the between. And another feature was that it improved the use of functions. Like before ECMAScript 6, we used keywords like this or self. So what was the problem with that approach was it used to make the code little bit longer, which was not desirable by the coders. So yeah, it introduced a arrow symbol, like it replaced the word function. Hello. So it replaced the word function and these keywords, and then now we can directly call the function using the arrow symbol. It implies the function keyword inside itself.
Sie sollen es eine Liste machen. Ich muss später für meinen Einkauf, für meinen Auflauf einkaufen gehen, dann können wir einkaufen gehen.
Who is this? Hello. Okay, now let's see the difference between block level scopes and function level or the entire code level scope. So like, see, you can see the code here. Here we have redefined the variable amount many times in the code. Like it was initially set to 0, then it was set to 1, and after inside each block we changed the value of the amount. So once we return the amount, then what do you guys expect? What amount will it return? Hello. Can anyone guess the output of this code snippet?
I can see the code snippet actually.
Okay, so you
Akhil, it is showing only PowerPoint second page only showing on the
Yeah,
screen.
slide 4 of 8.
okay, I am sorry. So it didn't shift to the browser. It is still stuck in the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Is it visible now?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is the code snippet, and we are talking about var, lit, and const keywords here. So please guess the output of this code snippet, where the variable amount has been redefined many times. What will this return amount give as an output?
1,
0.
no, 100. 100 is the answer.
No. So see, it will return the last declaration of the amount. So this is a property of var that this scope is present throughout the code. So the last declaration will be present here, even outside the box.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, so the output will be 1000. But if we redefine the variable amount using let keyword, then see what happens is that let is block scoped. So this 1000 will not render inside this block, the block inside curly braces, and this 100 will not go outside this block. All right. So
Yeah.
any redefinition of the variable amount will not be counted because this return amount is outside every of these blocks. So the only output will be this variable amount is equal to 0. So now you understand the difference between block level and function level scope. So, there is one more keyword introduced, which is const. So the property of const is it is immutable. Like we can't change the variable of const. Okay, now let's shift to our slide because as we are running fast out of time. So data types in JavaScript is similar as in other languages, the string, number, boolean, array, objects, null, and undefined. So an object is the most important data type here. So it is written in this way using a curly brace, and then we use the properties, the field and their properties, and it is accessed using the dot operator. There are three ways of declaring an array in JavaScript. One is by creating an object using the new array method. Other is simply storing the array variable inside a var variable, and this one is also creating an object. The only difference is that it is storing values as per a particular index.
Index, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly we are using JSON object, right? Than arrays.
Yeah, mostly we are using JSON object as of now, like this, like I have discussed.
Yeah, yes, yes.
So functions are also easy in this. Like in variable, we don't declare the return type, like will it be int or string. Similarly, in function also, we don't have to bother about the return type. We declare using the function keyword, and we can edit the properties of the argument using the dot operator here also, like we have seen in the object in JavaScript. Objects in JavaScript can be modified or reassigned using the dot operator. Similarly, here we are modifying this argument sender using the dot operator. Its color will be modified to red. And there is a return keyword also, which doesn't use any single quote or double quote. And we can just edit the value of the argument we are passing here. So we can return anything. It is not necessary that we have to return a calculation related to argument only. A JavaScript function can be declared using three ways. One is calling the function and storing it in a variable. Other is just declaring the function itself. And third is we are storing the function in the window document inside the DOM structure. So are you guys familiar with the DOM structure, document object model?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The complete HTML is a DOM structure, right?
Yeah, the complete HTML is rendered as a DOM structure inside the browser.
Yes,
DOM
yes.
is like a tree structure. So suppose HTML is defined like the HTML tag is the parent of all. So it is considered as the root. Then inside the HTML tag, there are two important tags like the head and the body section. So this head and the body section becomes the child of root tag, root node, that is HTML. So inside the head, there are different child nodes. Inside the body, there are different child nodes. So each of the node is considered as a part of DOM.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to JavaScript loops and conditionals. So conditionals is the same as in any other language. We can use if else, if and else if for multiple else statements and a switch case. There is one addition in the loops, that is for in loop. So we generally use for in loop to access the access data from the API calls. Like we can render the JSON objects using these for in loops.
Okay.
So shall we discuss this code snippet? So in this snippet, we are declaring a object and storing it into the const jar variable. This object has this is an object containing different arrays. So we can access different indexes of this using the for loop. So we have declared a variable, we have considered a variable f, and now this f variable will be used to access the properties of this object array. So like when we call f dot color is all red is equal to f dot color is equal to red. Yeah. So here it is, this code is checking like this code is checking whether all of the objects inside this array have the color property as red or not. So when we call the is all red method, then it will return as false, because as we can see, only one of the object is having the color red, the other two are having different colors. So this check condition will return false. Okay, so here we have a JavaScript cheat sheet which I am sharing with you guys.
Okay.
Okay. The recording also is available.
Yeah, recording will be available. So
Okay. Thank you.
you guys might be thinking why have I have ended the session so quickly today, because it was only an half an hour session. So actually Zoom meeting app allows us to share our screen or anything for max to max 40 minutes. So due to some limitations, I wasn't able to do it for 40 minutes today. So from tomorrow, we will be doing it for 40 minutes.
Okay.
So most of the guys were not able to join today. So
Sure.
I think tomorrow I will be taking one extra class,
Can't we just do like
which
the
is
2 meetings back to back?
consider the JavaScript in details. The cheat sheet link has been shared to everyone.
Yeah,
So,
someone is sharing something.
Okay.
hello. Yeah. Was someone telling something?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Someone is telling something.
Why this top navigation panel is not appearing? Features in JavaScript are similar to other languages like such as Java, uh, because its idea was mainly taken from the Java language itself. Due to so many similarities with Java, it was later renamed to JavaScript. Earlier, it was called the only difference was let or const keyword instead of the traditional int, string, boolean, and we declare a function using the function keyword only instead of any return type. Switch cases, switch case works the same. Inside the parentheses preceding the succeeding the switch, we write the condition, and depending on that condition's output, we write different test cases. The break and default keywords are the same here. This is an example of different data types: the number, string, object, boolean, array. So, does anyone want to do projects simultaneously with this course?
What kind of projects?
Like, say today we have taken a class of JavaScript, then we could have done some projects like a form validation project. So we could have created a simple form and we could have validated
Yeah,
different
what?
things. And that way we will all be able to revise the concepts.
Yeah,
Even
that
if,
will be a good.
okay. So tomorrow I will be sharing the assignment in the group itself. And we will discuss the assignment in the next session. So tomorrow's topic will include JavaScript frameworks and libraries. So most of the JavaScript guys here must be familiar about the difference between frameworks and libraries. Like framework is a full-fledged full-fledged codes and the functionalities in itself, while the library is only a smaller part of it. React.js is a Java